The night begins like any other luxury charter. Perfectly lit table settings, crystal glasses catching the glow of the yacht lights, and Daisy Kelliher doing what she does best, keeping the chaos contained beneath a polished surface. But tonight, that surface is thinner than ever. The crossover charter between Below Deck Down Under and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is already a powder keg, and the first match hasn't even been struck yet. The starter is barely laid down before the tension cracks. Meredith Marks and Britani Bateman lock eyes across the table, their voices sharpening like broken glass before anyone can register what's happening. Within seconds, the dinner becomes a battlefield of insults, escalating until water is thrown, glass shatters, and Mike Durant steps into cleanup mode like he's entering a war zone instead of a dining room. Away from the tables, Daisy closes her eyes in the corridor as if a few deep breaths might be enough to survive this charter, but the radio on her hip refuses to let her escape. Interior, Galley needs to know whether or not they should plate, Alesia Harris presses, her voice echoing through the narrow hall. They're fighting about seizures, Daisy answers, trying to sound calm but failing. She raises her hands, exasperated. I don't know when they're going to start eating. The chaos above deck has frozen the entire service, and Daisy is caught between demanding housewives and a galley desperate for timing. For a moment, she just stands there, frustrated, torn, exhausted, and then forces herself to radio back. They're kind of stopping. But even that is a lie. Nobody is stopping. Nobody is calming down, and Daisy knows it. Before we dive into the next twist of this insane dinner clash and reveal what the cameras didn't show, make sure to hit like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the behind-the-scenes breakdowns coming next. Daisy finally gives the galley the green light. I'll clear in 2 minutes. Chef Ben lets out a desperate, dramatic, finally, loud enough that half the crew hears. But Daisy isn't done venting. Tucked into an alcove, she mutters to her team, "It's the irony. It's kicking off, and we're just cleaning their plates." Meanwhile, Eddy Hounsell rushes into the galley like he's reporting breaking news. They're full-on having a bitch fight up there. Ben's eyes widen with the excitement of someone watching premium reality TV unfold in real time. Yes! Bring it! Bring it! Get the axes! Alesia bursts out laughing. João Franco just stands there, amused and quietly grateful that, for once, the chaos isn't his responsibility. But downstairs, Daisy's night is far from over. Because even after the plates are cleared and the crew thinks the worst has passed, Mike radios in with an update that freezes everyone. It's still kicking off at dinner. This charter isn't normal. This isn't a typical clash. This is one of the wildest crossovers Bravo has ever engineered. And the crew of the MY Katina is about to find out that when Housewives drama mixes with yacht life pressure, the result isn't just explosive, it's historic. João later teased the chaos online, posting a photo with Chef Ben, Jenna Woodberg, and Whitney Rose. Can't wait until you all see our side of these episodes, he wrote, with 3 laughing until crying emojis. Fans lost their minds immediately. Even Andy Cohen couldn't help hyping it up. After watching a preview of the new season of Below Deck Down Under, he told viewers on Watch What Happens Live, "If you loved the Salt Lake City episodes of Below Deck, wait until you see the reverse side from the Below Deck vantage point." Lisa Barlow, sitting beside him, laughed nervously. "I'm excited to see that. I'm nervous." And she should be, because what Daisy and Captain Jason Chambers reveal next, the secrets, the mess, the unexpected alliances, is about to change everything viewers thought they knew about the Housewives crossover. Back on the yacht, the tension doesn't just simmer, it spreads. Daisy moves through the interior with the kind of careful, contained energy you only see in someone trying not to explode. The guests are still fighting, voices echoing from the dining area in bursts of anger, disbelief, and accusations that make no sense to anyone except the housewives themselves. But what's happening behind the scenes is even more intense. In the galley, Ben is pacing like a caged animal. Every delay throws off his timing. Every fight at the table means another dish cooling on the counter. For a chef, nothing is worse than food waiting for guests instead of guests waiting for food. Alesia tries to keep the energy light, but even she's starting to feel the pressure. "What's the update?" Ben shouts as Daisy steps back into the galley doorway. "They're still fighting," she says flatly. "Like, still." Ben's eyebrows lift. About what now? I genuinely don't know anymore, Daisy replies, shaking her head. At one point I thought it was about seizures. Now it's something else. The crew bursts into half-shocked, half-amused laughter because none of it sounds real. But that's the thing about Housewives drama. It never has to make sense. It just has to escalate. Daisy heads back upstairs, radio still in hand, ready for round 2 of whatever this dinner has become. As she reaches the dining area, she sees Meredith standing, gesturing wildly, Britani firing back, and the other housewives sitting stiffly like they're front-row spectators at an exclusive boxing match. Mike moves around them silently, sweeping up broken glass with the focus of someone who has witnessed worse chaos and survived it. He catches Daisy's eye and nods toward the table, as if to say, still going. No end in sight. Daisy doesn't even bother hiding her reaction. Her shoulders slump. Her eyes widen. Her face says everything the cameras need. She is completely, utterly done. But the viewers at home? They're hooked. This is the kind of Bravo crossover that becomes legend. As the argument reaches a new peak, one of the housewives storms off, muttering under her breath, leaving the entire dinner in an awkward standstill. Daisy quickly seizes the moment. She swoops in with the authority of someone who has wrangled enough rich chaos to earn a medal. We're clearing, she announces to her team. Now, before they start again. The crew jumps into action. Plates vanish from the table, cutlery slides away, glasses disappear. It's the fastest turnaround the interior has done all season, and Daisy leads it with laser focus, determined to end the dinner before any more furniture or people break. Downstairs, Ben hears the footsteps rushing in the corridor and lets out a breath of relief. Thank God, he mutters. One day, just one day without drama. But no, Housewives. Eddy appears again, leaning into the galley doorway with pure glee. Okay, listen. I swear this is the craziest dinner I've ever seen. Ben turns, eyes wide. Updates. Give me everything. They threw water. They're yelling. One of them said something about someone lying about a seizure. I don't even know. It's like a soap opera. A soap opera? Ben repeats. This is Shakespeare. This is art. João, passing by with a calm smirk, chimes in. This is why I love charters like this. Everyone thinks yachting is glamorous until real chaos walks on board. But Daisy is nowhere near amused. She heads into a side hallway, presses her back against the wall, and exhales hard. She didn't sign up to referee a medical fight, a social fight, or whatever the housewife version of a meltdown is classified as. She just wants the night to be over. Yet the night still has more to give, because the housewives aren't done. And neither is Bravo. Even after the plates are cleared and the guests are reset for the next course, whispers carry from the dining room. It's not full screaming anymore. Just tense, sharp exchanges, the kind that tell Daisy the peace is temporary at best. The night winds down, but the emotional storm on board refuses to settle. After the plates are cleared and the galley finally exhales, Daisy steps into the pantry, bracing herself against the counter. This charter has already taken more out of her than some entire seasons. She knows tomorrow is coming fast, and the housewives aren't known for waking up calm. Meanwhile, upstairs, the last echoes of the argument fade into uneasy laughter. The housewives shift into that strange post-conflict phase where everyone pretends nothing happened, even though the air vibrates with leftover anger. Daisy watches them from a short distance, analyzing every expression, every micro-gesture, calculating whether round 2 is brewing. She walks into the crew mess where Jason Chambers is reviewing the day's footage on the monitors. He glances up, sees the exhaustion in Daisy's face, and offers a slow nod that says everything without a word. He's been through this kind of chaos before. He understands it, but even he seems impressed by the level of tension this crossover charter has brought to his yacht. You holding up? Jason asks quietly. Daisy gives a dry laugh. Barely, and we're only on night 1. Jason raises an eyebrow. Housewives? Housewives, Daisy repeats, shrugging as if the word itself explains the entire universe of stress she's drowning in. But something shifts in her tone. As overwhelmed as she is, there's a spark there. Something almost like excitement. She's not just frustrated. She's fascinated. Because no matter how chaotic the housewives get, they bring an energy that's unlike any other charter. Unpredictable, wild, and genuinely unforgettable. The next morning arrives faster than anyone wants, and the aftermath of the explosive dinner still lingers around the yacht like the scent of strong perfume. Breakfast service is calm, unnervingly calm, which means every crew member walks on eggshells, waiting for the next unexpected blow-up. Yet something surprising happens. One of the housewives, someone Daisy wasn't expecting, pulls her aside. There's no drama in her eyes now. No fire, just sincerity. "I just wanted to say," she begins softly, "last night was rough, and I know we put you through a lot, but you handled it beautifully." Daisy momentarily freezes. Compliments are rare on charters like this. Honest ones are even rarer. She nods, accepting the gesture, but inside she's taken aback. This housewife, the one she least expected to like, has given her a moment of grace that genuinely changes her perspective. Later, in her confessional, she admits it. "I thought she would be the most difficult. I thought she'd be impossible, honestly. But she was lovely, really lovely, and that shocked me." It's the twist viewers don't see coming. Amid all the chaos, there's a moment of connection, real, grounded, and completely different from the explosive energy that dominated the night before. The housewives eventually disembark, leaving behind empty champagne bottles, cracked tension, and a crew with enough stories to fuel interviews for months. The dock greeting is strangely warm. Hugs, smiles, thank yous. It's as if the previous night was part of the show, but not part of the relationship. As they walk off the yacht, Daisy exhales deeply for the first time since they stepped aboard. The tension melts, replaced by pure adrenaline and a hint of pride. They survived the crossover charter. They survived the housewives. And they survived dinner service from hell. Jason joins Daisy on the deck, watching the group disappear. "You did good," he says quietly. Daisy smirks. "I need a drink, or a vacation, or both." Jason laughs. "You'll get neither." She groans, but the laughter that follows is real. Because as intense as the charter was, this is the kind of storyline that defines a season. The kind fans replay, quote, dissect, and debate. And Daisy knows it. Hours later, the crew gathers in the mess to decompress. João scrolls through his phone, smirking at the flood of Instagram reactions to his teaser post. Eddy reenacts the water-throwing moment with dramatic flair, causing Ben to choke on his coffee from laughing so hard. Alesia shakes her head, smiling. They all know they just lived through one of Bravo's wildest crossovers ever. And for viewers, the best part isn't just watching the housewives explode. It's seeing how the yacht crew reacts, survives, and somehow still delivers a luxury experience while chaos erupts 2 feet away.